great work you've been doing in the IRS.
We had a good winter off season, and guys worked their tails off. So no, it's kind of a generic thing. There's never a strength coach that's going to sit there and say like, oh, we had an okay off season or a bad off season. But these guys really did the work. We had great objective numbers coming out of our data from a strength standpoint, from a speed standpoint. So it was an exciting winter for us.
What are some of the early emphases you guys have for spring training this year?
Just getting the guys to better learn the offense, defense, get used to the tactical and technical elements of the sport, and just kind of working their craft and seeing where guys are at. You know, getting prep heading into summer, so establish somewhat of a depth chart and get guys rolling.
From that standpoint, what are you looking for out here in these drills from guys, and can you kind of tailor their summer program based on what you're seeing out here?
Yeah, you know, like I said, you just look at the tactical and technical elements of the position, seeing where guys are lacking in their movement skills, you know, strength and certain elements on the offensive defensive lines, but just picking little things here and there, and that's where you just get to the small tweaks for the subjective needs of each individual. But overall, we're just trying to learn to see where the offense is going with stuff, where the defense is going with stuff, and see where they're at.
But specifically for the early enrollees, how big of a change is this for them, and what's getting them into this type of program like?
I mean, it's totally different. This is the first time they're seeing this type of speed. Probably getting a lot thrown at them in the film room, things like that, so they have a lot to analyze. So we just got to make sure that they're picking things up. Don't get paralysis by analysis. They're learning things and rolling from there. So training-wise, we're developing these guys. You know, even throughout the spring, we're looking at them. They're going all out. The football work, but we still need to develop them in regards to their strength, their development, their size. So, you know, it's all encompassing in the spring. So we have a good base going into the summer.
Do you meet those guys as recruits? Like, do you spend time with them and talk about like what it's going to be like, what the expectation will be like in the strength room?
Yeah, absolutely. When they come through recruiting, they come through the weight room. I give them my own little spiel. You know, it's different. It's not like having anything planned. I'm not much of a recruiter. I'm more like a D-recruiter. But yeah, we get them an insight of how we train, how we do things, and but you don't really know what it's like until you get here. But the good thing is that we have good older veterans that take guys in and show them the ropes, so it makes it a lot easier on us as coaches.
You said D-recruiter. You mean like you don't tell them the nice things, like you tell them the mean things? Like
no, not necessarily the mean thing. I'm just, you know, guys come in, you gotta humble them a little bit so they get ready for what they're going to expect on the field. So, but no, it's just a little fun thing I like to say. But we try to have good rapport with the guys, develop those relationships, build the relationships up, and have them. You know, the reality is that they're 17, 18-year-old kids. Some may be 19, but you're gonna have a 22-year-old man trying to kick their ass. So we gotta get them ready for that. I should say ass.
Not only do you guys have a handful of new, early enrollees, but a handful of new transfers. Who's really stood out early for you between those of the new guys?
I mean, of all the new guys from the transfers and the incoming freshmen, I mean, it'd be wrong for me to single out anybody individual because they're all doing a great job. They bought in, they're working their tails off, and you know the coaches do a great job bringing in great young men to this program. I think that's the thing with Pitt is we do a great job recruiting the guys that come in. There's a certain brand, they're Pitt men, so it's exciting to see them. I just think it'd be wrong to just single out one guy, you know, or even a handful. They've all been doing a great job.
Every position is different, but I'm curious about how you approach the linebackers in this defense. When you look at the kind of guys they brought in, there's a lot of converted safeties, you know what I mean? A lot of smaller, faster guys. So you obviously need some strength in that position, but the way offenses are, you need to be able to run. So how do you approach the training with that position specifically?
Well, really, we reverse engineers what we call it the game. So we have to look and see how much high speed distance they're getting per position, what all they're doing from a tactical standpoint. Technically, each position is a little different. But you know, if you're a linebacker, you were a safety before, you may have the speed, you just have to have the size, but you got to kind of blend it so you're not having a decrement in speed. You know, I'm trying to make this as easy as possible to say, but with that, there's a little give and take on either end. You know, if you're extremely fast guy, but you're small, you put on some weight, you might get a little bit slower, but the thing is you have to be fast enough for the position. So, you know, you're a linebacker running a 4.4, that's awesome. You know what I mean? But it's just blending and making sure that we have certain things, key performance indicators that these guys have that make them good at what they're doing. You know, if they're a safety coming in here being converted to a linebacker, they're doing that because the coaches saw a specific thing, and then that's what makes it easy. So they have these attributes that we just have to build on and develop them into that position, and then they grow by repetition out here at practice and film room and all that stuff. So I don't know if I answered your question.
No, yeah, for sure. Other coaches have said that guys in your position, head coaches have said guys in your position are something of almost a personnel guy. That they meet with you because you were with the players all year round, not just during the organized practice. How much does Pat kind of lean on you for that extra insight that maybe he can't gather himself?
Well, yeah, I mean, me and Coach Narduzzi, all the coaches are in constant communication on how guys are doing, what's going on with them. If they're out on the road, I send a report out at the end of each week to let them know what was going on in the weight room with the runs and everything. And we have an open door policy, so the coaches come down to the weight room out here in the fields when we're running. They could see for themselves what's going on. You know, we're not running any double prohibition Russian secrets here, you know. So it's constant communication and making sure that they're up to date with everything that's going on.
It was a pretty good week out in Indianapolis last week with the guys like Brandon and Kalijah. What all goes into preparation for preparing for the combine and all that experience out there?
Yeah, I mean, those guys woke up like that, man. You know, and once again, it goes down to recruiting. They came in with great attributes, and all we're doing is accentuating those things by giving them little tools for their toolbox, man. But I'm proud as hell of all those guys that went down to the combine, and I think we did a great job. I'm excited for Pro Day. We got some guys back here rolling, so no, it's great, and it's the hard work that those guys do. That's just the character of the guys that we bring in here at Pitt, and it's great to see them have the success that they did, and I'm looking forward to seeing their continued success.
Anything final for Coach Stack?
Well, guys, appreciate